Then they sought him. So that's what I'm telling y'all. How many people got to die? It say 1,000 gonna fall on one side and 10,000 on the other side before you're gonna wake up and realize this is the truth. And you gotta change. You gotta be born again. You gotta change the way you think. This is what he say. When he slew them, when he killed us, then they sought him. And they returned and inquired early after the Most High. And they remembered that the Most High was their rock. MASHAYACH and the high power, their redeemer. That's wrong. And they remembered that MASHAYACH was their rock and the high power, their redeemer. That's the most high power is the Most High. Ain't nobody higher than the Most High. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth. Praise the Most High. Oh, I'm going to do what you say, Most High. I'm going to follow everything you say. All your laws and commandments, I'm going to do it. Looking over at the dead. Oh, scared to death. Bet you fear then. But the Most High start dropping people dead right in your face. You going to fear then. That's how you get our attention. What it say? When he slew them, because the Most High the one that killed. Don't get it twisted now. Then they sought him. Then they want to find out what I got to do to be right. Just for a period of time. You know how we are. And they returned and inquired early after the Most High. And they remembered that the Most High was their rock. MASHAYACH was their rock. And the high power, their redeemer. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth. And they lied. And they lied. And they lied unto him with their tongues, with their mouths. For their heart, their mind was not right with him. Neither were they steadfast with his covenant, with his laws, statutes, commandments. But he, being full of compassion, as I told y'all, he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity, their wickedness, and destroyed them not. Yea, many a time turned he his anger away, and did not stir up all his wrath. For he remembered that they were but flesh, a wind that passes away. You hear this? And cometh not again. I'm going to read it again. He remembered that they were but flesh. Flesh. In these mortal bodies. We're nothing but flesh in these mortal bodies. A wind that passes away. A wind that passes away. And cometh not again. Wind pass away, don't come again. Because the flesh going to go back to the dirt. This flesh you see ain't gonna never come back. Once it die, it ain't never coming back. Just like the wind, when it go by, that's what he comparing it with. How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert? Yeah, they turned back and tempted the Most High and limited and put a limit on the Holy One of Israel. They remembered his hand. Excuse me, they remembered not his hand. Salakia. They remembered not MASHAYACH his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy, nor the day, which is the day of Feast of Unleavened Bread on the first month, the 15th day, that we're supposed to remember. So like now, you ain't remembering the day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's the 15th day of the first month, whereas the 14th day of the first month is the Passover. We remember not. That's why we better remember. He brought it to my attention years and years ago. We need to be delivered. And we're going to be delivered. Most High will, it'll be us. But that's on the 15th day of the first month that we were delivered. Passover was in the house. Wow. The death angel rose through Egypt and killed all their firstborn. And the beast. Starting at 12 o'clock at night. So all that night, he was killing all the firstborn of Egyptians. Didn't touch us. Now, we have seen all these 9 plagues he put on the Egyptians. And nothing happened to us where we living at as Israelites. That's why I say by the time you get in the wilderness, you're hearing all this about us in the wilderness, and we still like this, and we still like we are today. Something wrong with us, man. Something wrong with us, really. I mean, and when he visits you, you can't ask nobody to pray for you. Because Most High done said, he told Jephthah, don't bring them in my face. I don't want to hear nothing they have to say. Get on away from me. He told Moses that. He told Moses to the point, he said, Moses, I'll make a nation out of you. The hell with us. So I'm going to kill him. Moses had to cry to the Most High, for real, for real. To the point where he said, let my name be written out of your book. But don't kill all Israel. That's the ultimate humility. That's why he came back and said, I'll make a nation out of you, Moses. Then John the Baptist come on and said, Most High said he makes some stones to be his people. I don't know who we think we are. I hope he don't do it. Most our ways and thoughts, not our ways and thoughts, people. But y'all, I digress. I'm on one today. Y'all just have to work with me, man. Look. Verse 38. But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity and destroyed them not. Yeah, many a time turned he his anger away and did not stir up all his wrath. For he remembered that they were but flesh, a wind that passes away and cometh not again. How often did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert? Screaming it. That's an exclamation point. You know, it's supposed to be hollering at us. Yeah, they turned back and tempted the Most High and limited the Holy One of Israel. They remembered not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. Remember, Pharaoh was chasing us. He done let us go out. The Most High sent the death angel through to kill the firstborn. And he started chasing us. And the Most High opened up the Red Sea and made the ground dry, solid, so we can walk